welcome to this video in our series for market failure for IB economics. And in this video today we're going to look at the idea of using negative production externalities to describe the economic activity we're using fossil fuels to satisfy demand, and how the use of fossil fuels to satisfy demand in the production of goods and services pose a threat to the sustainability in general. We're going to look at the idea of how poverty in less developed countries creates negative externalities as well through overexploiting many of our resources, such as agricultural land, and how this can pose a threat to sustainability as well. So, before we get started, let's look at the difference between pollution of affluence and pollution of poverty. Okay, so what do you think pollution of affluence means? So think of affluent being rich, as it were. So this is the environmental degradation as a result of production consumption activities that result in economic growth. Okay, so it's a result of the economy. So due to the economy doing well, because of economic growth, we are increasing pollution and degrading the environment as a result. So as a victim of our economic growth, we end up creating pollution for the economy. What's pollution of poverty then, do you think, in contrast? Pollution of poverty then is on the opposite side. This relates to our less developed countries. Okay, this is production and consumption activities that are, as a result of poverty. Okay, so this is where individuals engage in economic activity, usually poor people, in an attempt to survive. That end up inadvertently causing pollution. So, if we look at this in a negative externality point of view, the diagram to the right shows us a negative production externality, as we've already seen before. Let's consider this when we use common access resources. Can you remember what common access resources were? Now, can you think of an example of a common access resource that caused a negative production externality? So, the example we're going to use here is fishing. Okay, in our S equals NPC is the fisherman. Okay, however, the overfishing of the fishermen, depleting the fish stocks, results in an external cost shown as the social cost there in MSC. So the fisherman is producing at S equals NPC, but they're overfishing. They should really be only producing at MSC curve. Okay, the government tries to reduce the overfishing, reducing the quantity from QM to QOPT by using various different measures, for example, fishing quotas. This is to encourage sustainable fishing, to bring fishing levels back to the point of QOPT, which is their socially optimum point. Okay, and now looking in relation to poverty, we have our negative production externality diagram again, and look at this for a common access resource. Now, can you think of an example in relation to poverty this time? So, an example of this is deforestation. Okay, poor people don't have access to modern technology and modern farming methods. Therefore, they're operating inefficiently and it's inefficient allocation of resources. Families in developing countries often have large families that have to be fed, leading to an increase in demand for the agricultural land. So to solve this, what they're doing in a lot of developing countries is they're cutting down their forest land in order to create additional agricultural land. So in this case, we look at the curve here. Our NPC curve represents farmers and the private cost of farming. Deforestation and clearing of nutrients in soil is shown as the difference between the MSC and the NPC. So MSC is where we should be operating at, but because of the extra deforestation, so more people can farm, we're operating at the S equals NPC curve. The threat of sustainability lies in this because there's the increased scale of economic activities around the globe. This could be due to economic growth, as we discussed, because of fossil fuels, because of the poverty of affluence, because the increasing numbers, because people are looking to basically buy and sell different things. The other issue then is of increasing numbers of very poor people who engage in environmental destructive activities inadvertently in an effort to basically survive. So folks, that brings us to the end of this video, where we've looked at the idea of negative production externalities from the perspective of our pollution of poverty and our pollution of affluence, okay, and looked at an example of it and how they pose a threat to sustainability, okay. So if you have any questions in the video, ask below in the comments. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, give the video a like, and please subscribe to the channel. Thanks very much for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye now.